I spent all day in the movie theater. So last Sunday was National Cinema Day, and I thought what better way to honor the movies than to spend all day inside a movie theater. And I felt that maybe just spending all day in the theater was gonna be too easy. So the rules are I can't leave the theater all day, and also I can only eat movie theater popcorn and soda all day long.
I don't know if it's only because I've eaten popcorn and drinking soda all day, or the fact that I watched this movie in 3D, or that it was my 5th movie of the day, but I have a massive headache. I'm so tired. I feel like I'm borderline depressed. I'm not looking forward to the rest of these movies.
Before we get into my journey for this National Cinema Day, let me know what you guys watched on National Cinema Day in the theaters in the comments down below. But without wasting any more time, let's get right into it.
I've not had real food in like 10 hours. I'm tired. This last movie, I just need to get it over with. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like 30% confident that I'll actually be able to spend all 12 hours in here, but we'll see.
I was already facing my first problem of the day when I walked into the theater and I tried to buy my tickets for all the movies today because I thought it was smart to not pay for the convenience fees online and just pay the straight $4 flat fee for the tickets. I go to buy all of my tickets and all of the seats are basically gone for all of the movies all day. Even the ones that were at like 9 p.m., the final movies of the day, I was sitting in the first 1/3 row of the seats for basically all the movies today, which really sucked, but at that point, there was nothing I could do about it. So the first movie I watched on National Cinema Day was Blue Beetle, and I still really like this movie. This was a rewatch for me, and it's not a bad first movie to start off with. The only thing is the first act is a little bit slow, so that was a little bit tough to get through, but other than that, the movie as a whole is really energetic. It's very bright and lively, so it was a great first watch. Again, a decent first movie. I give Blue Beetle a 3.5 out of 5 stars. After Blue Beetle is when I got my first snacks of the day.
The popcorns are like drinks that are like refillable. Okay, can I do one large drink and one large popcorn, please? So since I made the rule of only being able to eat movie theater popcorn all day, I decided to make an investment. So I got the Blue Beetle drink and popcorn holder, free refills all day. I think it'll have me set. I think it'll be worth the price.
And then I had my most anticipated movie of the entire day, and that was watching Lady Bird in theaters. I absolutely love this movie, and watching it in theaters just solidified it as one of my favorite movies of all time. But I'm not gonna lie, this Regal ad was already starting to get on my nerves. I'm an AMC Nicole Kidman ad enjoyer, but this Regal ad just infuriates me every time.
So I got that going for me.
Which is nice.
All right, guys, I just got up watching Lady Bird. I'm not gonna lie, I cried like a bitch.
This was an amazing second watch of the day. Again, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's my favorite Greta Gerwig movie of all time, and I'm so happy I finally got to watch it in theaters. And on top of that, it just had me engaged in the entire movie. There's only one other movie all day that I'd say really did that. Obviously, I give Lady Bird a 5 out of 5.
That was probably the most like rejuvenating thing possible. It's my second movie of the day, and honestly, I feel really good after that. Right now, I'm about to go watch Strays. I'm pretty excited. I feel like this is gonna be pretty but I'm not mad about it. But honestly, Lady Bird, I was so intrigued the entire time. I was just really excited to watch the movie. The theater was really lively. It was a lot of fun.
But then we get to my third movie of the day, which was Strays. I'm not gonna lie, this movie took everything out of me. And I will say, I do enjoy the stupid humor. I love the fart jokes, the poop jokes. I am one to laugh at those types of things, even though I am a whole 18 years old. But this movie was doing way too much. I think maybe I was just short-tempered because I knew I was spending all day in the movie theater. As I was walking into the theater, I already knew I was not gonna have a good time with this movie, and that reigned true. The best part about this movie was the fact that this old dude brought his child to come watch this movie, and the kid was laughing his ass off the entire time, which that at least brought a smile to my face. But again, this movie itself was not very good, but really this movie took out all of the energy that Lady Bird had given me. I'm gonna give Strays a 2.5 out of 5. This was the only new release that I watched all day, and it sucked. But what made this even worse was the fact that right after Strays, I walked in to watch the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And I've reviewed this movie on the channel. It's not a bad movie. It's a fine game adaptation. But again, I felt so short-tempered throughout the entire day. I was tired. All I had eaten is popcorn. I'm not in a good mindset to watch a stupid children's movie. And it just felt like I was watching colors on the screen with no real substance. And obviously that might be a true opinion on the movie after first watch. This movie just made me really pissy. I was not happy. I was not really even excited to watch the movie after this anymore, even though it was one of my most anticipated of the entire day. I really just had a massive headache. And again, the popcorn and soda were not helping. By the way, I do give Super Mario Bros. A 3 out of 5, but I did have to leave this movie a little bit early, which made me very happy. But yes, my next movie, this was honestly the best theatrical experience of the entire day, and that is Jurassic Park in 3D. I'm not gonna lie, the kid next to me wouldn't shut the up the whole time, but most of this theater was parents showing their kids a classic, and honestly, I respected it. But obviously, I love this movie. I think everyone does. This movie is absolutely awesome. This is my second time watching it. I watched it for the first time before Jurassic World Dominion came out, and again, this movie absolutely rocks. I was also like way too damn close to that screen. I think that's why I had a headache after.
So I got that going for me.
But also, I will say, I watched it in 3D, but I didn't really feel the 3D aspect of it. Maybe it's because I was so close to the screen and like I was kind of like looking up from under, but I didn't really feel the 3D aspect of it. I'm not sure why they released it in remastered 3D. I don't know why they just wouldn't re-release it generally. Obviously, Jurassic Park is a 5 out of 5, one of the best movies of all time. But now to the final 2 movies of the day. These are absolute heaters, but again, I was just feeling such a grand fatigue from the beginning of this day.
I don't know if it's only because I've eaten popcorn and drinking soda all day, or the fact that I watched this movie in 3D, or that it was my 5th movie of the day, but I have a massive headache. I'm so tired. I feel like I'm borderline depressed. I'm not looking forward to the rest of these movies.
I just didn't want to even sit into these movies. If I had left at that point, I could just scrap the video. And it wasn't even the fact that I had 2 movies left. It's the fact that these 2 movies were pretty much the longest ones I was gonna watch all day. But my 6th movie of the day was Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I did walk in slightly late to this one. I walked in midway through that first missile sequence, and some lady had taken my seat, and she wouldn't move, and so I was searching for a seat for like 5 minutes. I felt so bad because I was disrupting the movie, but the lady wouldn't move out of my seat. I showed her my ticket and everything. I felt so bad for the people in the theater, but also I was so pissed off and hangry the whole time that I just gave up and sat in the very back row. I still absolutely love this movie. You can check out my review for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning as well as my ranking of all of the Mission Impossible films. They'll be linked up here. But this movie is an absolute masterclass in action. I think Fallout is still the best Mission Impossible movie, but this movie still does so many things right. Tom Cruise is an absolute god, and really I just feel like this is peak action mixed with great storytelling, an amazing villain, and a great cast all around. I am beyond excited for Dead Reckoning Part 2, and even though I was really hangry and pissy and annoyed the whole time, my eyes were glued to the screen. This was my 3rd time watching Dead Reckoning Part 1, and it's still at a 4.5 out of 5 for me. Just an absolutely awesome movie. But the 7th and final movie that I watched on National Cinema Day was Across the Spider-Verse.
All right, guys, it's time. Final movie of the day. It's been a long time coming, but we're finally here. I'm excited to get this over with. Let's do it. I am so tired of eating popcorn all day. I have not had real food in like 12 hours. I'm tired. This last movie, I just need to get it over with, but we're almost done.
This is my 5th time watching this movie, and I'm not gonna lie, even after sitting in the theater for 6 other movies for over 12 hours, I still really enjoyed this movie. I'm so glad I picked this one as my final movie of the day because it is just massive. It's bright, it's so fast paced, it's energetic, it's kinetic. I will say at the end of this movie, I felt this levity come over me. I was like, it is finally over. Again, I really love this movie. I'm so happy it was my final movie, and we really ended this very fatiguing day on a good note.
All right, guys, so it is now 12:30 a.m. and that wraps up my full day at the movie theater from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 a.m. I am absolutely slumped. The hardest part about this entire thing was the fact that I could only eat popcorn all day. The movie theater has so many snacks, but it's National Cinema Day. I feel like I had to do the most iconic snack possible. I'm still so tired from last night. I haven't slept through any of the movies at all whatsoever. This took such a mental toll on me. I mean, physically too, because I was sitting there eating popcorn all day. I just feel like a slob. I also don't even have the appetite to eat a real meal. Literally the only food I've had in the last 24 hours is popcorn and soda and a little bit of water. I don't recommend anyone do this. This is not a good idea. Even for National Cinema Day, just go watch 1 or 2 really good movies. It's not even that all the movies were that bad. I watched all these movies before except for Strays. And the thing is, I enjoyed almost all of them. But to be completely honest, do not ever try this. But that does wrap up this video. I spent all
all day in the theater. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's one of my most ambitious videos ever. Again, subscribe so you don't miss any of my movie or TV show reviews, reactions, or breakdowns. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.